This week on NPS Now, we'll visit Berkeley Compostela Early Childhood Center's Career Fair, our celebration of Dr. Seuss Day, and many other exciting news stories around Norfolk Public Schools. Plus, sports, featuring a celebration of the Lady Titans State Basketball Championship. And we'll recognize music and art in our schools month. Stay tuned for this and much more coming up next on NPS Now. Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source of news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner. Dr. Seuss was on the loose around Norfolk Public Schools as we recently celebrated Read Across America Day. Here's Amanda Verrata with the story.
Students throughout the district and throughout the country celebrated Read Across America Day on March 1st. This special day, which is also the birthday of Dr. Seuss, features parents, administrators, and community members reading to young students. In addition, many schools decorated their doors, hallways, and media centers, but clearly the focus on this day was on the importance of children reading.
The kids get really excited. We really want them to know about reading and how important it is, and to just surround themselves with good books. So that's why we do it, and the teachers embrace it, and we just have a week-long celebration.
Well, something I look forward to every year, and these kids ask good questions, and it's important to me to stress to them that reading is the most important thing they can do, not only at school but at home and on days off and nights off, and it's the key to success.
It gives us the opportunity to emphasize the importance of reading and why there should be a development of the love for reading, because truly that's what's going to mean success for the future for them. Reading and comprehending, extending the vocabulary, all of those things. And so once they reach high school, then those things are not challenges for them.
It was a lot of fun. The kids really enjoy it, and it breaks up their day, and they get to read. You know, all kids love to read, and all the teachers love them to read, but, you know, there's not a lot of time in the day to squeeze it all in, so today is a day specifically for reading, so the kids really enjoy it.
3- and 4-year-olds at Berkeley Compostela Early Childhood Center experienced their first ever career day. Norfolk police officers, a Farm Fresh bakery manager, a recycling inspector, and a banker from Wells Fargo all came by to teach these students about their jobs and their valuable roles in the community.
We've been teaching our students about the importance of having community helpers in our neighborhoods, and also kind of dreaming about what they want to become one day when they grow up. And so this is the beginning of the process. So today we wanted to bring in real live community helpers to help our children engage with hands-on experiences.
I love it. You know, it just lets them know that the people here care about them, and the people in the community care about them. So the more positive reinforcement you can have, the better.
Norview High's John Holly Reed performed in a master class with nationally renowned pianist Terrence Wilson, who recently performed at the Virginia Symphony. John was one of only 5 students around Hampton Roads to be invited for this one-on-one critique with Terrence Wilson. Athletics and academics led the recognitions for students and staff as the school board honored their outstanding accomplishments at the annual School Board Recognition Ceremony. Honorees were individually greeted by the school board members and given certificates to commemorate their hard work, commitment, and excellence in education. Norfolk Public Schools held its 9th annual Science Fair at Nauticus, resulting in numerous winners in various categories. But a special award went to one 3rd grader. Debbie Horniak has the story.
Each student chose what they wanted their experiment to be, brought them into the classroom, and were judged by volunteers outside the school to be selected as part of the science fair. The special award for Best in Show went to Amir Shirley, a 3rd grader at Granby Elementary School. His project was based on which paper airplane would fly the best.
This is the afterburner, and it's supposed to go straight to I thought it was real interesting because Amir was very concerned that he didn't have computerized graphs on his board, and his mom explained to me that he was a little bit nervous that he wouldn't do very well, and she explained to him that you're going to do just fine because you did this science fair project by yourself, and it shows. And when I found out that he placed in the science fair, it was explained to me that he did so well because he owned his project. He pretty much did the whole thing by himself, so he was able to explain it really, really well.
Our students will participate in the Model NATO Challenge on March 21st at Norfolk State University. They will compete for scholarship money while representing one of 28 NATO countries in a mock global crisis simulation. Good luck to our students. Larchmont Elementary used their great imagination for the annual Destination Imagination Competition recently. Larchmont's teams, the Green Molecules of Pangea, won first place for Change in Reality, and the Awesome Coulettes won third place for In the Zone. Congratulations to both of our teams. MEAC is coming to the Norfolk Scope this week. Norfolk Public Schools Night is March 13th, where our Achieve 3000 readers will be recognized during halftime for the most hours read on this exciting new program. Get your tickets and enjoy the fun. The Superintendent and the Norfolk Education Foundation's Community Exchange Breakfast is set for March 28th at the Norfolk Waterside Marriott. For more details, go to www.norfolkedfoundevents.com. The Norfolk Council of PTAs is seeking nominees for its Volunteer of the Year Award, and they are looking for seniors interested in scholarship opportunities to apply for their J. Frank Salou Scholarship. Applications for both opportunities are available on our website at www.npsk12.com. Parents and guardians, are you looking for something fun and educational to do with your child during spring break? The City of Norfolk is offering Camp Sampler, 5 camps in 5 days for students ages 5 to 8, Monday through Friday, April 1st to April 5th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The cost is only $200 for the entire week. To register, call 625-4211. Superintendent of Schools Dr. Samuel King dropped the ceremonial hockey puck to kick off Norfolk Public Schools' annual Admirals Night Out with the Admirals versus the Charlotte Checkers. And speaking of sports, congratulations to the Lake Taylor Lady Titans for winning the state basketball championship. This sports action and much more around the district coming up next on NPS Sports featuring Steve Suttmiller.
The state title was on the line as Lake Taylor took on area rival Princess Anne at the Siegel Center in Richmond. The Titans came into the final with a record of 27-1, with their only loss coming to PA 3 games ago. The Siegel Center was rocking as Lake Taylor was poised for their second state title this school year, with the football team winning one in December. Both teams battled hard as PA had a 1-point halftime lead, but Temple-bound guard Fionda Fitzgerald wasn't going to be denied. The senior scored 33 points and set a state tournament record with 96 total points in 3 games. Her heroics, along with solid play from India McKinney and Jordan Mitchell-Harmel, had Lake Taylor with a 3-point lead in the final seconds. Princess Anne had the last shot, but it was off the mark. Coach Sandra Sawyer and her team win their second title in school history with a thrilling 56-53 victory. Stay tuned after the break as Steve Sutmiller interviews some of the members of the state champion Lake Taylor basketball team.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. We have two special guests here today. Coach Sandra Sawyer of Lake Taylor High School and the newly crowned girls AAA state basketball champions, and Fionda Fitzgerald, Miss Everything, the Queen of the Court, the best player in the state of Virginia. Welcome. Coach, let's start with you. Take us through the game and how special this was, and talk about the season a little bit.
Well, first of all, starting about the season, and then I'll lead up to the game. In the beginning, open gym, preseason, I was really thinking, I was like really discouraged, but I couldn't show it to my players, and I could see it on their faces that it seemed like it was going to be a long, rough year. So in the beginning, I just was like just trying to stay afloat, 500, try to make the tournament, and the pieces just started falling in place. And our first game of the season, we had the opportunity to play a team in Salem who had beat us 3 times last year. So we were amped up for that. And I think at that time they were ranked like 2nd or 3rd in the area. So we knew as far as stature, they had 6'5", post players in the middle, and a lot of players coming back. So we just wanted to go in there and grind it out and play hard. And before we knew it, we were up 20, 30 points. And the next time we had to play, I think it was number 2, Norfolk Christian. They were ranked, and then we beat them. And I looked up, we were 5-0, and then it was 10-0. And then we had to play a really good team in Moore, who was supposed to be the team to beat. And make a long story short, at the end of the season, we were 20-0. And here we go into postseason, and just taking one game at a time. And winning that one game to help us get to states. We just had to go back and just back to the basics, fundamentals.
Okay. You talk about your season. You had 1 loss. That's a heck of an accomplishment from just what you said, a 500 season.
Right.
You've kind of exceeded that. Talk about that PA loss and how that prepared you for the state tournament.
Well, I think the kids really fed off me, and the energy that wasn't there, knowing that win or lose, we were still going to be able to play. And it was the next game following a really big game. So I would just have to say that was my fault on that, because we just wasn't as focused, knowing we was going to still play. But once they beat us, looking at the film and seeing some of the things that, how they were able to score points, and I just realized that everybody was expecting a forensic game, up and down, fast-paced game, and the young ladies kind of thought they knew their way because we had got so far, and the humbleness kind of fell off, and they got a little cocky, and so that loss really was like the prodigal son. Everybody kind of came back, and I had everybody's attention, and we just regrouped. So it was a good thing for us.
All right, so you got back in the gym. Talk about Fee here and just how she helped lead you to that point after that game.
Well, I had been on Fionda all year about being a leader, and young people think being a leader is scoring all the points, but I wanted her to understand being a leader, other aspects of the game. She's supposed to be the coach on the floor. Some of the things she's saying, I shouldn't have to say. So I put it on her to make everybody else accountable. And down the stretch, she wanted it so bad. I can really hear her becoming vocal, making other players accountable, getting on other players, and in the same sense, that means she had to perform as well. So that game really was, it was helpful. It was one of those bittersweet losses for us.
Okay. Fee, let's talk a little bit about those 3 games. 96 points. I put a lot on you by saying you're the best basketball player in the state. I witnessed all 3 games, and I haven't seen a better performance than that. Talk a little bit about those 3 games for us.
Well, really, I wasn't thinking about all 3 games. I had to take it game by game. Like, I wasn't thinking about the scoring either. I just had to go in and play my game, team ball. That's what we do.
Okay. Now, you were a freshman on that 2010 state championship team. How did that experience help you become another state champion?
Well, when I was in 9th grade, I remember winning the championship. It was a great feeling, and I knew that I wanted another ring before I left high school, so I knew I had to push my team and push harder and work harder if I wanted to get where we had to be.
Okay. For next year, what are your plans for next year? Tell everybody what you're doing next year.
Well, next year I'm going to be going to summer school at Temple University, and I'm going to be getting used to my team and working hard, trying to get ready for the year after that.
Okay. Well, congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
And we are very proud of those accomplishments. Coach, Fee mentioned her teammates. Talk a little bit about your seniors and how important they were to you and to the team.
Well, our concept at Lake Taylor High School girls basketball is team. You know, everybody says there's no I in team, but these young ladies, everybody does their part. And whether it may not seem like to be a significant part as far as stats, everybody just played their role, and nobody cared who got the credit. Have 3 senior starters. First of all, the 2 that are on the team are not starters. Number 2, Tashea Grimes, this is her first year actually with us. And number 32, she's a backup post player, 32, Brianna Davis. She gives us some good minutes when somebody gets in foul trouble. But my 3 starting seniors started with number 20 as a guard. She was with us junior varsity, and she had some medical problems, and she came back to us last year, half part of the season. And this was actually the 4th year that we've had with her, and we got great minutes out of her. Courtney White. Courtney, she is actually right now a 1/10 of a point behind the valedictorian at Lake Taylor High School. Her grade point average is a 4.11. She's in the engineering program at Votech. She's already received the contract for the Newport News Shipyard. So a week after she graduates, she's going to start there. We've talked with the girls basketball coach at the apprentice school, and they're excited to have her. She's going to be in the engineering program and get her a bachelor's degree. That's what she wants to do. She has other scholarship offers with Lenore Ryan and Virginia State, but she wants to go the business route.
Tell me about one person who you're just going to say, Jordan.
Jordan Mitchell Harmel. Jordan, again, she was on that 2010 state championship team. She actually got minutes in that game. Jordan's just a hard worker. And I tell a lot of people, if Jordan's in a fight with a bear, help the bear. Because she does all the intangibles that don't show up on the stat sheet. Take charges, she run through the wall, she just do everything that you can ask of a player. And she was a very, very important role in our road to the state championship. Jordan right now has offers from Kennesaw State in Georgia, Lenore Ryan, Virginia State, High Point's interested. Right now she's setting up a visit. I think she might be taking the Kennesaw State visit this weekend, if not next. But you know, she's just been good to us, and my job as a coach is to get her out there and, you know, scholarships and championships. And then, of course, we have Fiona Fitzgerald, who has already signed her letter of intent with Temple. They're excited about her.
So the future, I'm going to put you on the spot. How do you defend that state championship?
Well, actually, when you take your eye, to me, I've learned that when I take my eyes off the little steps in front of me, then I lose sight, because you know, you stumble and fall. But we're going to feed off our junior varsity program. We have some good young ladies coming in. We still have sharpshooter Kiara Cooper coming back. We have India McKinney, who's also receiving interest and offers from schools like James Madison and other CAA schools. So we're just gonna, you know, take some time off, get back in the gym, sharpen our individual skills to help our team effort, and we'll just let the chips fall where they may.
Okay, everybody wants to know this. You have 2 state championships. Now your husband only has 1. I mean, are you back in charge of the household?
Well, you know, actually, Jalen Holmes, who's on the state championship football team, texted me the other day and was telling me. And I told him, I said, well, y'all got to get you got to get another one because we have 2. Y'all got to catch up. But yeah, I guess I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach Fee, the Norfolk Public Schools, the city of Norfolk, we're extremely proud of you, and we thank you for all the hard work that you put in to bring that championship back to the city. It was the last AAA state championship, so you're in the record books that way.
Yes.
It's an awesome accomplishment, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Spring sports season gets underway this week. Check out your big team's website for all the action. More NPS Now after this.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I want to welcome Danielle Roby, Senior Coordinator for Music. Welcome to NPS Now, Danielle.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
March is a very special month in our schools. It's also designated as Music and Art in our schools. This week we have you on the show, and next week we'll have Dr. Barbara Laws, who's in charge of the art department. Tell me, what is the importance of music in our schools?
Well, Music in Our Schools Month was a celebration that came from the National Association of Music Education, and it started formally in 1973 to celebrate the importance of music in the schools and also as an advocacy piece to promote the research and information that came about at that time to support music in the way that it supports academics. So it's an advocacy piece, and it's also a celebration of music in and of itself and its importance in our public schools.
So what do we do on the elementary level for Music in Our Schools Month?
Oh, we have lots of programs going on this month celebrating music, and we have them listed on our music education web page. So I know Calcott has a program for music in our schools, and Bayview, and they're showing the various skills that we learn. For Norfolk, our curriculum right now is focused on melody, so you're going to hear lots of bells and orff instruments and lots of singing going on in the month of March.
So what's happening on the secondary level for the middle and high schools?
Well, they've had a very busy round of assessments during the month of March. We have orchestras just completed their formal assessments, and those took place at both Maury High School in Salem in Virginia Beach, and our orchestras did a fantastic job. They earned lots of excellent and superior ratings in front of the panel of judges, which can be very nerve-wracking for our students, but they come out shining. This weekend we have our choral groups, middle school and high school choral groups being adjudicated at Plaza Middle School. And following that, we finish up with our bands, middle school and high school bands. So it's a very, very busy time for the secondary folks. A little nerve-wracking. There's always a big sigh of relief once they finish the round of assessment. So we're glad to get it rolling.
Well, on this show we featured John Holly Reed, who had the opportunity to get a one-on-one critique with Terrence Wilson. That's like a great opportunity for our students. What are some other great things that our students are doing?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because the Virginia Symphony Orchestra is one of our arts partners, and they provide lots of opportunities like what John was able to partake in with a guest artist. This month, that's funny you happen to mention that, because this month we have our All-City Jazz Band performing with, or opening for, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy at Chrysler Hall. And this is another thing that's come about because of our partnership with Virginia Symphony Orchestra. So, you know, we try, these opportunities come up for our kids to interact with artists and attend workshops, and so we're always excited when we can provide those opportunities for our kids.
What are some of the workshops that our kids are involved in?
Well, I just attended a wonderful dance workshop with TU Dance. They are out of Minnesota. They're former Alvin Ailey dancers, and they worked with Booker T. Washington Dance on Friday, and that came through Virginia Arts Festival. There was an opportunity to have a workshop, and I got a call from Christine Faust and said, you know, do you have a dance group that would like to host? And so they had that on-site visit and workshop at Booker T.
Oh, great.
And yeah, you know, we have all these things that come up, sometimes very you know, close to the point, and some that are laid out a year in advance.
Well, speaking of year in advance, every year I think our students get involved with the International Tattoo.
Oh, yes.
What are we doing this year?
This year is really, we're going full out. We've got probably 3,700 middle school students attending between the Thursday and Friday show, April 25th and 26th. But we have students performing in the tattoo. Our high school groups are performing, and they've been in rehearsals, and now we're getting down to the wire. So we're getting more intense and more frequent with the rehearsals to get them ready. But they are performing in the tattoo alongside the Virginia Symphony and the Virginia Children's Chorus. But we've also got a segment all by ourselves where we are featured in the tattoo. So it is an incredible opportunity for us.
Do you know what day that's going to be?
Well, we perform, there will be daytime shows on the 25th and 26th of April, also evening shows, and then a Saturday evening performance and a Sunday matinee to round out that weekend.
Wow, that's going to be exciting. When we get closer to that time, we'll definitely advertise the fact that our students will be a part of this International Tattoo. And folks come from all over the Hampton Roads area to view this program. Are any other high schools outside of Norfolk involved in the tattoo?
I know that the Granby Color Guard will be involved this year as part of the performance, and I believe there's a group from Colonial Williamsburg, the Fife and Drum, which has a lot of students from the area that participate in Fife and Drums of Williamsburg. But predominantly they're bands and music groups from all over the world representing our NATO countries, so it's a pretty big, spectacular event.
That's going to be great. I'm just digressing for a moment. Music in our schools is very important. When do our students start getting introduced to music?
We start in kindergarten with our 45-minute-a-week music lesson with our music resource teachers. We start in kindergarten all the way through 4th grade with daily music class. When they get to 5th grade, they can go chorus or strings twice a week. And then in middle school on up, they have the ability to choose band, choir, and orchestra. And we always advocate for them to choose the arts as part of their overall education, because we feel like it gives them the advantage in having a world-class education.
Well, great. Happy Music in Our Schools
Month.
Thank
you so
much. Thank you for
much.
joining us here today.
Thank
you. And we want to thank you for joining us for this edition of NPS Now. The show will air throughout the week on WNPS Channel 47, or you can view it online at www.npsk12.com. Again, thank you for watching NPS Now.